Hello, everyone. It is Lori Staley, Addicted Stamper with Stampin' Up, and it is Tuesday night at 8. So it is time for our Tuesday evening stamping. And we are stamping tonight. I threw a survey vote out on my Facebook page because my pre-order arrived today. And to see if you wanted to see the Just Cards tonight or the pre-order. And at least at 7:25, when I checked, cards were winning. So here we are to do this month's Just Cards. Hey, Debbie Franklin, how are you? I am having a lot of technical difficulties tonight. I'll just warn you in advance. So we're going to see how this goes. Hello, Melinda. Hello, Donna. Good to see you guys. Hot West Virginia. It was actually pretty nice here today. I was pleasantly surprised. Um, but I'm sorry. And I guess it's supposed to get cooler here. Is it going to get cooler for you, Melinda? You voted for cards too? That surprised me. I really did think I thought that surprised me. I was expecting everybody wanting to see the new holiday product. But that's okay. We'll do that next Tuesday. I don't know that I will be live Sunday night, so we'll hold that for Tuesday. If I am live and I can do it, I will. But if not, then we'll do it Tuesday. Hey, Judy, good to see you. All right, so just a couple quick reminders. In color products are on sale through the end of the month. I do not know if anything is sold out yet. I don't think so, but if you want any of those goodies, including designer series papers and kits and embellishments that include one or more of the in colors, the 2527 in colors, they're included in the sale too, which I guess I didn't understand in the beginning. So that's kind of nice. Hi, Sharon. That's kind of nice that you can grab some of those pretty designer papers and embellishments as well, right? So make sure you're taking care of business there by the 31st. And then, of course, there's lots of new last chance products that were loaded at the beginning of the month, as well as Stampin' Up! Has announced that they are discontinuing the Stampin' Write markers. The blends are so popular, and they just feel like the sales for Stampin' Write markers have gone down significantly over time. The other change that is being made is they are eliminating red rubber. So all of our stamps will be photopolymer. The packaging will be different going forward. I can't remember the exact date that that's going to start, but the red rubber products will be no longer with Stampin' Up. So one of the biggest things that I do with the Stampin' Write markers is color on the red rubber. You can still color on the photopolymer. So if you still have the Stampin' Write markers, you can absolutely continue to use them on the photopolymer. But that was one of the biggest draws on red rubbers, that you could add the different colors to it. So that was taken into consideration, excuse me, when they made that decision. Hey, Paula, good to see you. So yeah, so those couple of changes are coming. So make sure you're taking care of business in all of those avenues, right? Again, the Stampin' Write markers will appear on the last chance list starting tomorrow. Hey, Deborah, I do not know off the top of my head if they're going to be discounted. I was kind of trying to catch bits and pieces of it yesterday and today. But make sure you check that out if that's something that you want to get some backups for. If you really are a Stampin' Write marker lover and you want to make sure that you can continue to use them ongoing, then you definitely might want to get a couple of the different families that are most popular in your stamping world. Okay. All right. And then I promised when we did the Creativity Delivered that I would extend this registration, because a couple people said they wanted to get registered and it shut down on them. So I have extended it through Friday if you are interested in grabbing these products. We did the card class Sunday night on my live. You're going to get enough supplies to make 2 each of the 4 designs, right? So it's the black and white with the pop of color, which I love. You're also going to get a roll of the white ribbon, the neutral matte dots, and the botanical textures designer series paper. I'm trying to figure out what that is. I have no idea. It looks like a darling duckling. Darling duckling gem. So yeah, so that class, $35. It's my Creativity Delivered class. I try to keep in that price range as Stampin' Up! Raises their prices. Obviously, I may have to do the same, but for right now, this class is $35. and then $9 postage if you are a long distance Stampin' Friend. Okay. All right. I think that's all the housekeeping I have and all the news I have to share with you right now. So let us jump right into our Just Card class. And we'll start with Mossy Meadow and Darling Duckling. So Darling Duckling is probably my least favorite of the 25-27 in colors, but it's starting to grow on me. It's kind of like that wild wheat color that we all were like, excuse me, what is that when it came out? And by the end, we were all kind of going, oh, or a lot of us anyway, why is that leaving us? So I have to reorient myself because I haven't been at my stamp table for, oh my goodness, well over a week here. I was down in Gettysburg for a lot of that time period. All right, so our card base is Mossy Meadow, obviously. And we are using the Patently Pear Designer Series paper. And I've just cut it into 3 strips. Now I have to realign it though. So bear with me for a minute because it got all messy. Okay, that one goes there. Yes, yes. And then this one, I believe, is on this side. That looks about right. So we're just going to go ahead and put them on the layer of Mossy Meadow. I'm going to start with the 2 outside pieces, and then hopefully I can get my spacing fairly even between. We had very little humidity today, and that was such a welcomed break as far as our weather goes. I got my purple nails going tonight. I had those changed or repainted on Monday or whatever you want to call it. These are natural, so it's just a regular manicure. All right. As a child, I bit my nails terribly. Hey, Berna, bit my nails terribly. And I can remember one of the very first parties I did, one of my cousins was there who knew me as a child, obviously. And she looked at my hand, she goes, oh my gosh, she has fingernails. Pretty much had them ever since. So you can break bad habits. For me, it was a matter of keeping them polished. It's chilly there today. That's nice. Beautiful in New York. Excellent. 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 Uh-oh. This pink is not open. Apparently, I designed this card down at the nest. So let's get that opened up quick. That was a surprise. All right. So we're gonna this ribbon, and I should say the last time I looked was on the last chance list. Hopefully it has not retired, but no worries, you'll get the pieces that you need in your card kits. Okay. Bring that up a little bit, bring that across, and cut that off. Things are moving quite fast and furious with Stampin' Up these days. Lots of things are appearing on the last chance list or even on the discontinued list, and never were on the last chance list. So always be sure you're checking with me or with your demonstrator if I'm not that person for you, and or online yourself to make sure that you're not missing out on something because you think it's available and then it's not. I think I might start having a link. Although I think we do have that. Don't we have the last chance link at the bottom of the email? I think we do. So we're good there. Okay. And then, uh-oh, where did my little label go? It was here right before I went live. Let me check the floor. Won't you love it? Okay, well, we're going to pretend that I have the label because I don't even have the dies near me to cut one. And then I'm going to stamp it with sympathy in the Mossy Meadow. Very sad. Maybe we'll find it at the end of the box when we're done. And then on the inside, or not. Yeah, we're just going to pretend. We're just going to pretend on this card because I have no idea where things are at this point. Something has happened to my table since I was last here. I put in hoping the loss you feel right now will be eased by wonderful memories on the inside of the card. So that's what our sympathy card will look like. And I'll have to go back and finish this one later because apparently the elf was at my table. Well, I wasn't looking because it is not here. Matter of fact, it looks like my kits may have gotten messed up. We'll see. Okay, let's move on. And we're going to do this pretty thank you card. And that is the Thankful Garden Designer Series paper. It's in the product suite. Garden green for our card base. And then I used the plaid, the oversized plaid embossing folder for our basic white layer. And when you use the embossing folders, you want to be real careful when you're adding, especially if you're using seal. If you're using liquid glue, you're fine. But do short, light strokes with the seal versus running it the whole length or the edge of the cardstock, if you will, because it will tear embossed cardstock pretty quickly, sadly. That's how good the grip is. And we'll layer that on our card front. More layers, another garden green, another strawberry slush. I cheated and cut the label out of that layer because nobody will see that. And that is a great card stock saving tip, right? With the price of everything increasing, maximize the use of your card stock by just adding or die cutting from layers that nobody's going to see and never know. Hey, Jeannie. And instead of centering it this time, I went off to the side and I'm going to align it with the edge of the basic white, the embossed basic white. Definitely something happened to my kits while I wasn't looking. All right, let me grab the garden green ink. And we're going to take that cute little tag. People are playing games with me. All right. Okay. Thank you for everything. And I've got my basic white ribbon here. The tag itself is mounted flat. Oftentimes I'll use dimensionals. This time we did it flat. Okay. And then I just tied a knot. And use my scissors again. Debbie Franklin, did you ever find these scissors? I know you were looking for them. And this is actually the way I wanted the ribbon to lay. That first piece would not cooperate with me at all. So yay for this design. We're going to get it to lay the way I wanted it to. And I'm just going to grab a glue dot. on the back of the knot and put it right over the hole for the tag die cut. Okay. And I believe I just left the blank inside because it's a thank you card. If you have the Thankful Garden set, you could absolutely stamp one of the floral images on the inside. Again, because this is just cards, these are simple, quick cards using a lot of designer series paper and die cuts. And then you just have to add your greetings, right? You get the ribbon, you get the embellishments, etc. So there's project number 2. Oh, thank you, Judy. Thank you, Deborah. I appreciate that. All right, and then one more floral, maybe 2. This is using the Floral Charm Designer Series paper, which I absolutely love. It's so pretty. I'm actually thinking about building a creativity delivered around it for next month. Or should I be focused on Christmas cards? What do you think? Should I focus on Christmas cards starting with next month? So here again, I needed that circle die cut or punch. I think this one was punched. And why not punch it from the basic white layer that no one is going to see, right? Perfect option. And that's a good size circle. So it would bite into a layer of basic white or a sheet of basic white and really reduce how many maybe inserts you could get for it or from it. So somehow everything is off tonight as far as orientation. I'm working at an arm's length away from myself, so I'm really hoping everything is straight. Go. And then I just cut the 2 pieces of the designer series paper. We're going to layer those on there. I think these colors are so pretty together. I would hazard to say, without considering the new mini catalog, which they have mailed. So if you are one of my customers and you're long distance from me, you should start watching your mailbox if you haven't already gotten them. Sorry. And here's another ribbon that's not open because I designed this one down at the nest as well, but we'll get that one opened up quickly. And we're going to stamp it first using Berry Burst. Ooh, that stamp was stuck to the inside of the tote. A nice big stamp. That comes from Sentimental Framing. I feel like I showed that just last or Sunday night, right? So I want the green side, although you could have the gold side showing. And I'm not going to be real particular about how much. I am going to twist it on the back so I can get, I am not good at this. I have told you guys before, this is my nemesis when it comes to card making. I can't do it. I don't know why. It just doesn't like me. And I've done this. We'll try this tonight, see if that works. But I feel like I waste a ton of ribbon when I do that. Not really. Oh, goodness. Can we just pretend that I did it? I don't know why, but it is. It is definitely my nemesis. Anything to do like this, whether it's with Baker twine, any of it is just painful for me. All right, we're going to try that. And I'm actually going to try to adhere it down. And I'm going to trim off the end that's sticking out there, and we're going to call it good. You guys will be much better at it, and it's even going the wrong direction, but you know what? I don't care. We got it. We got it somewhat right. We are going to pop it up with dimensionals. If my fingers will work and take them off the sheet. Oh, we can't all be good at everything, right? And I am definitely not good at playing with this ribbon or baker's twine or anything for this purpose. All right. Here we go. Even when I designed something like this, it probably took me 15 minutes to get that ribbon to lay the way I wanted it to on the design itself. And there we go. I pulled it off. Of course I did. Of course I did. Now the tail is sticking out again. Next time I'm just tying a bow. Oh, it makes me laugh. Okay, we're going the opposite direction. You can decide which way you like it. I still have a tail sticking out. There we go. All right, the inside of this one is also blank for your thinking of you. Okay. There we have it. So you can decide if you like it left or right, a little bit shorter, right to left, longer, however you like it, is how you'll get to do it. But yep, that has always been my nemesis from the very beginning. Oh, you ordered your Christmas cards. Awesome. You're starting Christmas cards soon. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do for Creativity Delivered next month. It'll be a surprise. It'll either be Christmas or the Charming Floral. Okay. Moving on. What do we have left? Let's do the masculine card next. And it looks like this. Okay, so I'm using that beautiful timeless plaid paper on crumb cake. And we've got a strip that's going to go down at the bottom inside edge. And I'm just going to leave the front flap laying down because that's going to help me get my location for that strip. And then again, you need two because we're going to layer that basic white. So both of those punched out of the Misty Moonlight layer. Worked out quite nicely. I'm going to keep my adhesive just on the outside edges since most of the center of this is gone. Okay. And then we'll put that on the front flap. No, we won't. Let's put the cloud cover ribbon on there first. All right, who was yelling at me? Anybody yelling at me? Stop, don't do it. Don't do it. This is what happens when my husband is in my studio and I'm trying to get ready and he's talking to me. And then he distracts me and I do not get everything in the kit that I need. All right, so we're running a piece of that pretty cloud cover ribbon right across the front, the faux linen ribbon. And I'm going to add a little adhesive just to make sure those ends stay in place. You could also use Scotch tape for that. Lay it down over the ends of the ribbon. Okay. So there's our greeting. We're going to go ahead and stamp onto that. And hopefully my crumb cake ink pad is here. I don't think it is. Please. This is why it's always good for me to have two sets of ink pads in my studio. Is that one? I don't even know where it is. All right, so crumb cake is what we're stamping in. And this, of course, is the heartfelt hexagon punch. And then we're going to do our trick to layer this. And typically, oh, there they are. Typically, I would use my snips because they have a longer blade, but I almost couldn't find them. So we're going to cut one in half horizontally, one vertically. And it doesn't matter which way you start. I'm just going to start horizontally and then come back in and add adhesive on the ends and bring it together like so. And nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Okay. So then that's going to be popped up with dimensionals as well. Oh, good. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Sometimes masculine cards can be tough, right? Now, I am not putting dots right in the center when we go horizontal simply because that would attach it to the ribbon, and that doesn't always work the best. So I'm just going to kind of go across, catty-cornered, if you will. And then eyeball the center. Grab my metallic, adhesive backed metallic gem. These are great for masculine cards. They come with gold, silver, and copper. And I'm going to use the silver ones. There we go. And then I have a piece of smaller basic white that we're going to use on the inside. That just simply says the happy birthday. And I'm fairly certain we did that in Misty Moonlight, which of course is also somewhere else, but I can get to that one. I can. I have club tomorrow night, so there's kits all over my studio. Yeah, that's crooked and not clear. And this is where being so far away from me makes it tough. And it's still crooked. So we are not going to mount that. We're going to just pretend we did, and I'll go back and redo another piece. And that's what it looks like. Without it, this is what it'll look like with it in once I have a good stamped image. Okay. Favorite card was number 2. The Thankful Garden. Yeah, that one is very pretty. Okay, we have one more. And that one looks like this. Kind of complements our creativity delivered class this month. The other issue I'm having is I can't see my screen and your comments. So I have no idea if I'm staying, and that's something new that's just started. Petunia Pop, the botanical texture paper, and of course the basic black for the card base. So we have the card, we have that. This is not embossed, but it should be, and that would be embossed and will be embossed in your kit with the exposed brick, which I know is at least on last chance if it has not already retired, but it was available when I did my class, created my cards, so we'll be using that in your kits. And then I've got 3 strips, and they're going to go on longest at the bottom, and ideally be evenly spaced, going up on the side. Okay, just like that. So we will start with the bottom one. I'm going to leave a little bit of a border at the right-hand side. Okay, I really hope I'm not off camera, but there's no way I'm going to get those even if I don't pull this closer to myself. Tell me if I'm off camera. So far, so good. And that one's a little crooked. So I can get that up and shift it down a little bit. We're going to bring in our circles. Petunia Pop. We're going to stamp Birthday Wishes, which is from Simply Said. And you do receive a PDF when you earn the class. Again, you can earn this class for free with a $45 product order, and that is before any discounts, rewards, etc. Or you can purchase it outright for $20. And if you are long distance, there's just a $5 charge to assist with postage. And then this says, this is from Unbounded Love, which is retiring or is on last chance. So if you like Unbounded Love for the greetings, I never really use the dies very much. That's my tip to you. I don't know if you will feel the need for the dies. If you do, by all means. But yeah, Unbounded Love is on last chance. And again, I did not have a chance to check it today. It may already be gone, but it does have some really great greetings in it. It's one of my go-tos for just cards. It's going to get harder for me to put greetings on just cards because they're retiring so many of them. But we'll continue to do what we can. And then I have the Petunia Pop Starburst sequence that has the, I think this is Daffodil, of course, the white, and then the Petunia Pop. And we are going to add some of those. I'm going to put a large one out here, a small one here, and a small one down here. And there are the 5 cards. So let's pull them back in. We'll show you the ones. We've got all kinds of adaptations tonight because things are not where they're supposed to be. And I have no idea. So I'm going to have to pull camera down too and make sure that this is in camera for you. Bring those down a little bit. There we go. I'm like, and the delay is just crazy on Zoom too. So it's like a 10-second delay before what I'm doing shows up on my side. I don't know what it does for you. Okay, there you go. That is August Just Cards. Minimum $45 product order on my website after any discounts, rewards are applied, etc. And then, yeah, I can't get it centered either. It's a night. Um, $20 if you want to purchase the class outright, and if you're a long distance friend, it is a $5 request to assist coverage and postage. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in tonight. I appreciate it. I, at this moment, do not know if I will be able to be live Sunday night or not. I may not be anywhere near computer technology, phone technology, anything like that. If not, I'll be live Tuesday here at 8 o'clock, and we will do pre-order. I'll share with you what I've ordered in my pre-order. And until then, have a great rest of your week. Stay cool if the temperatures aren't dropping where you are. And if they are, enjoy the beautiful weather. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks so much. Bye.